Yo, what's going on, guys? Randy here, Nerds Templar, bringing you a short Saturday morning stream. Um, I talked about doing this in the past couple streams, so you might have seen it coming. Uh, and also, in honor of the Star Wars Unlimited, we are wearing our Clone Trooper knit hat, knit by my sister. Also, I don't have any of my Kohler Star Wars shirts, so we're wearing a Force Awakens shirt. But it does have a TIE fighter on it, so it's kind of redeemed a little bit. TIE fighters are cool, right? So yeah, we're just going to get into this Spark of Rebellion two-player starter set. I'm actually not sure, now that I think about it, how many sets they have yet. This might be the only one they have. Now that I'm not sure if they came out with the second one yet. They may have a second one. It's TCG player, first place I saw it, I'm pretty sure. Looking around, there were two different Star Wars games. Wait a second. Oh wait, yeah, they changed. Yeah, they changed it now when you go to more in TCG. But let me show you this real quick. Why not? Wait a couple minutes, I guess, while people file in. Anywho, there we go. All right. Yeah, they changed this. It was always this way, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, all the Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Disney, One Piece, Digimon, Flesh and Blood. That's how I found out about One Piece, because it's right there. And I'm like, and Disney. I figured they both must be decently popular games if they're on there before, right after the big three. Don't know anything about that. Is this some like D&D related? Anyway, so you go to more. This is where it's different now. I think it used to just be one big thing. And now they have this popular games, and then they have all other games. This is literally like the last couple days, I think they changed this, because I check this pretty often. Now the other Star Wars ones down here, but yeah, Star Wars Unlimited is at least in the popular games, and so is Union Arena, which I've talked about in the past, getting into, because uh, this is going to be the beginning of October. This drops 10/4, good buddy, and I will be getting for sure the Thousand Year Blood War Bleach starter deck, which I just caught up finally on, and just realized that there's still more to come of the Thousand Year Blood War saga in Bleach, and hopefully season 3 of that will be coming in. I don't know, maybe it'll be coming soon. They said early summer, I think, was the hope. So there's that. There's a couple others, but I'm not really big on too many other anime. We'll see how many that they go. One Punch Man, I gotta maybe watch that again, but it seemed kind of maybe. I watched it in the past and I liked it, but that was a while ago. We'll see now. But I think that was one of the other things. It's not on here yet, but if you go to their website, he's premiered. I don't know if there's any other ones that I'd be interested in. But if they make more than just the one Bleach set, because look at this. There's the Jujutsu Kaisen. There's Hunter x Hunter. And I guess there's just the 3 of them, and then of course the Bleach, but they're all like complete different, almost like different things. They have their own booster boxes, probably all Bleach cards, I assume, maybe, so they would all go with the Bleach starter deck. And then of course I'd imagine there'd be so many Bleach cards or Hunter x Hunter cards that you'd easily be able to make other decks of those, play several different Bleach decks. I would be. If this would be a game that would pick up at any local places that I go to, and I would go to, a tournament or whatever, I'd definitely only be playing Bleach decks. That'd be it. Unless, again, there would be a better, something else that comes out, but I doubt it, because One Piece would be one of the other ones I'd think I'd consider, but it is its own game. So yeah. Anyway, yeah. So this is different. That's cool. Star Wars Unlimited is in the popular games, so that's nice. I haven't really looked into this at all, to be honest, other than I did look back in whenever I was browsing other types of card games. I did check it out briefly. Okay, yeah, no, they have just one other one. This Shadows of the Galaxy must be the second Second. Cool, I guess. So these are what the expensive cards look like. Oh, it's a showcase, whatever that means. I wonder why we are priced high to low. I don't know maybe it's just not actually showing it that way. No, it is. I don't know. Oh, it's just market price 50 and there's just the one listing at 400. I see. So nothing that's actually worth really anything. Oh, okay. So yeah, they do have another 2-player starter. So maybe in the future we'll even see that. Do they have other decks? Let's check that before we get into this, and then we will. Let's go to sealed products. And no, booster and pre-release kit. Oh, it's pre-sale. I'm not even looking at the giant magenta label that says pre-sale here. It's not out yet apparently, or it's like literally just come out, because sometimes TCG Player I think is a little late. It's annoying that these images aren't loading properly. Sorry about that, but that might also just be, it might actually be TCG Player because they're so new. I don't know. There we go. Okay, there we go. Shipping 7/10, so that's pretty soon. Pretty soon. It's actually, yeah, very soon. A couple of weeks. Darth Maul's on the front of that one. Cool, cool. That's decent. And what's his face? Wow, I'm really out of my Star Wars game. The Chiss bounty hunter here, and one of the Fets. Just gonna, yeah, Fets. One of the Huts. I'm gonna say Jabba, probably. Although might not be Jabba. Now that I look a little closer, it might be one from Clone Wars. These might all be from Clone Wars. This might be a Clone Wars Darth Maul. I mean the show. Anyway, all right, that's it. Let's start this. Let's see what this thing has, and maybe as we go through here, we will also figure out how in the world this game is played. Like I said just a moment ago, I haven't really looked into anything about this game, honestly, and as I always do, getting into, I guess, the philosophy behind the things that we're checking out. I think one of the reasons that I don't really get as much into Star Wars stuff anymore is because they've just gone a bad route, as most things do that they get taken over by the culture. They have just gone the wrong way in recent times, and it just put me off, to be frank about it. Just put me off of the whole thing, and it was pretty much this Lord of the Rings. I grew up with Star Wars first, of course. That was one of my original loves was Star Wars, even before the next set of movies. I'm younger, but I watched the original trilogy with my dad before Episode 1 came out. But I do love the prequels, not the sequels. No. So that's cool. 2 deck boxes there to make real quick to put together. We could do that, but we don't need to do that. It looks like it's pretty easy, self-explanatory. This looks like 2 game mats in here. Oh yeah, there are 2 separate big game mats. Or poster? No, it should be a game mat. That would make, yeah, okay, both maybe. So we got wow, that's there's a lot going on here. Glad to know that my card games aren't the only ones that can be a little complicated. So at least you have a lot of stuff. You have your rolls all over the place here, set up, round structure, your reference keyword stuff. So you have deck and discard pile as always. You have your space and ground units are in different spots. Ground units, space are on the other side there on the left. You have your base and your leader in the middle there. Okay. Initiative counter. And resources. All right. Resources, I'd imagine. Well, your ground and your space units are obviously going to be like any other character, unit card, whatever. The resources are probably going to be like your items. Oh, yeah. And the other side is a poster. 1 Vader and 1 Luke, I would imagine. It's the best I can do for you there. Pretty cool poster, though, actually. It's not bad at all. Cool. Cool. Same thing, of course, will be on the game mat side of Luke, I'd imagine. Unless, nope, I don't think there's anything different. I didn't really take much of a look at. Oh, it is actually the opposite way. Space units is on the left here, and ground is on the right. I'm not sure if the pictures in the background, they might be different. And there's Luke. There he is. All right. Sorry, I can't really get that much further out zoomed. Okay, and then got some damage counters, it looks like. Okay. A lot of damage counters. Oh, okay, never mind. Quick start rules and actual rule guide. Definitely not going to be able to learn how to play this on this stream. It's going to be a shorter stream, so don't expect that. Don't expect a warm welcome. Okay, yeah, so they are just double-sided here. I don't know what this might just be some kind of marker chip other that's different than the X's, and it just might have the logo because they don't need to put anything else on it. Maybe that's the initiative counter. And then the decks are inside here quite nicely. They're quite secure. Not even sure how I'm supposed to get those out, actually. I don't think they wanted you to open it from the bottom. That'd be weird. I would rather do this without destroying the box. I'm not sure if that's possible, though. I mean, yeah, the cards are definitely secure. It seems like it is a separate thing glued to the box, so in theory, I should be able to get it off without tearing a hole through the front of the box, right? Hopefully without damaging the cards or anything. It's on there. Oh, knocked my cool secret energy from Chilling Rain down that we got yesterday, the water energy from the Pokemon stream. Wow, what in the world? I'm not sure what exactly they wanted you to do except completely mangle the box apart. Or just access it from the bottom, maybe. Getting there. I think it's attached to the bottom now, yeah. All right, well, I guess I'm just going to have to do that after all that work. It seems like a little peripheral edge there, but I can't do anything with it. Very, very strange. If I just pull, I'll rip the bottom of the box off. And then pretty much be pointless anyway. I'll just rip it from the bottom, I guess. There is like a little, see that? Now I think I might have opened it enough. There we go. What? This is a very strange box. Okay, that let us open it like this. It still doesn't really allow us to get the decks out, unless this box was supposed to somehow become something. I don't even know. There we go. Whew. Hopefully they made the new ones a little better than that. But there's one and two decks. They do remind me of the old cards from whatever it was, that about 2000-ish. Look at Luke first. Why not? Oh, and in honor of this, I also have these. Well, it wasn't really, but I just happen to also have these Star Wars Oreos that they have out right now, which are also Luke and Vader. I don't know if it's advertising anything, but it says open to discover your destiny. It's either red or blue icing. I already opened them because I've been eating them. Of course, I got Sith. I got the dark side of all things. So, cheers. Anyway, Sydney must think she gets one too. Okay. So Luke's a leader, obviously. You can't see or read any of that at all. There, kind of. You can at least see it. You can't read it. Oh yeah. Hold on 1 second. That didn't help, did it? Is it better if I have the light like this? Huh. Well, yeah. Anyway, Luke, looking for a rarity. You see an S over here. That might be super rare or something. Let's see. Cloud City, that's a base. Yeah, that makes sense. So you got your leader and your base that are sideways because that's how they fit into the spots on the mat, right? That has a C and it's bronze, so that has to be common then. The S is like black and white, so whatever. Okay, a token upgrade card, experience learned. I don't know. I'm not sure what that's supposed to say. And then there's a Luke Skywalker deck list on the back of the Cloud City base. There's also a. Oh, this is weird. It's a weird thing. So there's Luke this way, and then there's Luke this way. They're both leader units. Well, that's it. That just says leader. The other one says leader unit. So that maybe that means something. Maybe you can play him as a leader unit, or you can play him in the leader spot. Like play him as a unit in the ground unit, or play him in the leader spot as a leader. Yeah, there's the deck list. And then this card also has something on the back, though. Another token upgrade. Shield armor. If damage would be dealt to an attached unit, prevent that damage. If you do, defeat shield token on it. Okay. I don't know what that means, of course. A lot of these cards. There's another, wait. So I don't know, maybe that's the back of the card. And this side has same thing, shield armor. Same thing there. Okay, now we're into the regular cards. Two 1B surgical droid A. Luke's healer. Yeah, may heal 2 damage from another unit on attack. R2, hey, nice. He's got an S as well. Yeah, oh, it looks like another R2, another R2. The space unit, Alliance X-Wing, nice. Well, go back and look. I'm wondering if the units have sub names as well. Oh no, R2 did, I thought. R2D2, it says ignoring protocol. Look at the top card of your deck. You may put it on the bottom card, otherwise leave it on the top. Yeah, then the Alliance X-Wing. 3 of those. A C-3PO, of course. Common X-Wing C-3PO has the S again, whatever the S means. In C-3PO, when played and on attack, choose a number, then look at the top card of your deck. If its cost is the chosen number, you may reveal and draw it. Interesting. Otherwise, leave it on the top. Ground unit, Rebel Pathfinder. Saboteur, which is like an ability. When this unit attacks, ignore Sentinel and defeat the defender's shields. Okay. I don't know what those terms mean, so that would be useful, I guess. Wonder what that pre-release kit, it's still up on my screen. I wonder what that includes. 16 cards. Oh wait, six boosters. That's it. Okay, just has 6. Oh wait. 6 boosters, 2 promo cards, 19 counters, a play guide, and a deck box. Oh, interesting. Restored Arc 170. Restore 1 when its unit attacks. Heal 1 damage from your base. For those, another common. We've only seen the C common and the S, which I don't know, could be the next step up for all I know. I just don't know what it stands for. There's another S. Leia. When played, either ready a resource or exhaust a unit. Probably includes your enemy's units, maybe. 3 of her. Rogue Operative, another ground unit. Saboteur again. Raid 2. Raid, this unit gets +2/+0 while attacking. So raid is like, yeah. So when you attack, you get more strength, or maybe it's probably only strength because the way it said it is raid 2. So it's probably only it's only gives you attack. It'll never give you whatever the other one is, defense. Fleet Lieutenant, ground unit. When played, you may attack with a unit. If it's a rebel unit, it gets +2/+0 for this attack. You can only attack with a ready friendly unit. 3 of him. Wing Leader, When played, give 2 experience tokens to another friendly rebel unit. So okay, I'm not sure what experience tokens are supposed to do. Yoda. Ooh, he's got a silver U. That must be uncommon. Gray U, I guess, maybe. No, maybe it is silver because the C was bronze. U silver, R would maybe be gold if we see one of those. Oh, that was the wing leader was also uncommon. Yoda, restore 2, heal damage from your base when it attacks. When defeated, choose any number of players. They each draw a card. Ground unit, Cloud City, Wing Guard, Sentinel. Units in this arena can't attack your non-Sentinel units or your base. So Sentinel acts like the tank, taunt tank. System Patrol Craft, another Sentinel. Consular Security Force, nothing special. 3/7 defense or whatever that is. Shield maybe. Maybe that's the shield they're talking about. I don't know. Although there were also those armor shields or whatever shield armor in the beginning we saw. Alzatuck, Liberator, Gunship, Ambush. Play, you may ready and attack an enemy unit, so it's like a rush. General Dodona. Other friendly rebel units get +1/+1. Nice. Strong card. Uncommon. Snowspeeder. Nice. Ambush. On attack, exhaust an enemy vehicle ground unit. Interesting. Interesting. Like an AT maybe. Chewbacca. Another uncommon. Sentinel, and when this unit is attacked, ready him. Okay. Figured he'd be readied. I figure things would ready in the beginning of your turn anyway, but what do I know? Vigilant Honor Guards. Well, this unit is undamaged, it gains Sentinel. Obi-Wan, nice. Oh, he's a rare. Can't see it. Can't. Oh, you can maybe see the color a little bit. The rare, yellowish gold rare. Sentinel, and when defeated, give 2 experience tokens to another friendly unit. If it's a force unit, draw a card. Interesting. Interesting. So it seems like maybe there's only a couple mechanics we'd have to learn, and they're probably on the game mat. We probably would really only need to look at the game mat and figure out most, but I'd probably do the quick start rolls because they're quick, right? That's what they say. Finally, Han Solo is waiting for him to show up. Yeah, Reluctant Hero. He does have, some of these do have sub names. Another rare. Underworld. So the S must be super rare, I guess. After you play this unit, it may ready and, yeah, so ambush. And while attacking, this unit deals combat damage before the defender. If the defender is defeated, it deals no combat damage. Okay. So that's what it's saying. So the defender, if the defender, he doesn't get hit if he knocks out the defending unit. Resilient. So there we have some more upgrades. +0, +3 maybe is what that is, which is all that is. And we got upgrade Luke's lightsaber, nice. Attached to a non-vehicle unit when played. If attached unit is Luke Skywalker, heal all damage from him, and give a shield token to him. Cool. So maybe shields or shield tokens or shields, and that's it. Their own thing. I don't see any tokens that would be that. I just see things that look like damage tokens. So you could attach it to not Luke and get, I guess, get the +3/+1, but you won't get the heal and the shield token, of course. Another one of Luke's lightsabers. 3 Luke's lightsabers. There's only 1 Luke, so well, how that's gonna work. Repair, supply, heal. Okay, so this goes in the supplies, I guess. Heal 3 damage from a unit or base. Cool. Event card. I wonder. It says event at the top. I wonder if that's just a one-time thing. Because supplies is a big area. It seems like stuff can sit in there. Another repair. Event. Shoot first. Nice. Fitting. I like it. Attack with a unit. It gets +1/+0 for this attack and deals its combat damage before the defender. So again, just like Han Solo's regular ability or whatever. Asteroid Sanctuary. Trick event. Exhaust enemy unit. Give a shield token to a friendly unit that costs 3 or less. Okay. Yeah, so I'm assuming the cost of things is at the top left as usual. And then as you've seen there, the bottom, we have the attack and the defense or whatever they're called. I'm not sure what these other icons may mean on the side here. Some of them have multiple. Surprise strike tactic. At the events seem like they'd be the one-time things. Supplies and events are different, obviously. So attach with a unit, it gets I'm sorry. Attack with a unit, it gets +3/+0 for this attack. Nice. 2 of those. So pretty straightforward deck, I'd imagine, to play with. And this is rated 6, I think, 6+. So like 12+ actually. Wow. Okay, that might actually be, I mean, at least closer than it usually is with these games. Maybe because it's a little less collectible. The cards, honestly, when you have so much going on the card, it kind of is, to me, it seems less collectible, less worth collecting. Return a non-leader unit to its owner's hand. Nice. Waylay there. Trick. And that's not the end, but there are 2 of those. Yeah, 2 of those. And then event Vanquish. Defeat a non-leader unit. Nice. Another similar card there. But even better, and there's 3 of those at the end to finish things off. So it looked like we had a lot of blue cards, and we had some yellowish cards in there, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, gold or whatever. Leia and Han, and then, I don't know, other stuff. Maybe that's Rebels are the yellow, and blue is the Force, light side, I mean, Jedi. And then I already see, of course, red for the Sith/dark side here. Invader to start things off for us. I didn't read Luke's stuff. Let's read his things real quick, because I think I read all the other cards pretty much. That maybe R2. So his regular, I guess this is just if you play him as a unit. On attack, you may give another unit a shield token. That's kind of cool. And that is leader card action. I guess that's like tap 1, cost 1 and tap. Give a shield token to a Oh, okay, I see. Light side and rebel, those are what those icons mean. To a rebel unit, you played this phase. And then epic action, which maybe, I don't know, it says 4/7 at the bottom and it's red and blue like it means something. Oh, wait, that might be his. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Epic action, if you control 6 or more resources, deploy this leader. Oh, okay. Is that how they're. Yeah. If you can just control 7 or more resources, deploy this leader, flip him, ready him, and move him to the ground arena. Okay. I figured he'd be going. I figured that'd be him going to the leader spot at that point. But yeah, Luke, same thing, but 6 resources instead. It's showing 4/7, which is the same as on this side, 4/7. Just saying. Anyway, Darth Vader. It looks like we have red and green maybe in this. So red, green, blue, yellow. That makes sense. And yeah, we got. Looks like. I mean, I don't really know what that symbol is, but I'm just gonna assume that it's dark side and Empire. Or yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so his is if you play an Empire card this phase, you deal 1 damage to your unit and 1 damage to a base. So as the Jedi is more defensive, the Sith deck is more offensive. Who would have thunk? You got Death Star for your command center there, or your, I should say, base command center Death Star. Deck list also just realized it shows all the rarity marks there too. It's pretty cool. Along with the number, yeah, and the number of the set that they come in. Another experience leader. Wait, learned. Sorry, experience learned or learned. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be there. It's experience learned or. Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay. Anyway, if damage would be dealt to attached unit, this is a token upgrade. Shield armor. So it's the same thing. Never mind. Okay, I did read this earlier. It's a little confusing. It says um, if you do defeat a shield token on it, the it is referring to the unit that the card was attached to. So so it means you attach one of these to a card, and if it's attacked, you can discard this instead of taking the damage. That makes sense. That's that's a mechanic that makes sense to me. Simple, sweet, as I figured. Got the good old TIE fighter, but it's actually sure what the LN is supposed to be. Two of those. And then, yeah, I'm not sure what the difference is between ground and space units, other than obviously they get played in different places. But they seem like they work pretty similarly, at least. Death Star Stormtrooper, nice. It's a lot of cards that don't actually do a bunch of stuff, but they're there. There's Admiral Ozzel. Action, tap them, play an Imperial unit from your hand, paying its cost. It enters play ready. Each opponent may ready a unit. Okay. First Legion Snow Trooper, nice. While attacking a damaged unit, this unit gets +2/+0 and gains Overwhelm. Deal excess damage to the opponent's base. Cool. I like that. That art's kind of cool. I mean, the arts aren't too bad. Some of them are just like plain like this, though. Admiral Malchi. When defeated, you may ready an Imperial unit. You got some admirals, you got a bunch of stormtroopers, you got Darth Vader. Makes sense. Snowtrooper Lieutenant. When played, you may attack with a unit. If it's an Imperial unit, it gets +2/+0 for this attack. Nice. Of course, again, you can only attack with a ready friendly unit. Has to be friendly. You can't attack with an enemy's unit. When played, look at an opponent's hand. Nice. A Viper Probe droid. That makes sense. Admiral Piet. Each friendly non-leader unit that costs 6 or more gains ambush. Wow. Is there a lot of 6 or mores in here? Super Laser Technician, nice. When defeated, you may put this unit into play as a resource and ready it. I don't know, so it seems like you want to get a bunch of resources then so you can play your leaders or something, right? So 3 of those guys. About halfway through the deck there. Cell Block Guard. That looks more like just a straight up black color card. Sentinel. Again, that's the taunter, taunt tank thing. Blocker. Can't remember what, if it's even a. It's not really. Is it a thing? I can't remember in Magic or not. It would be taunt and Hearthstone is the only thing that's coming to my mind. Or is that what it also is in? No, Bodyguard in Disney. Lorcana. General Vias. Other friendly Imperial units get +1/+1. There's Grand Moff Tarkin. When played, search the top 5 cards of your deck for up to 2 Imperial cards, reveal them and draw them. Put the other cards on the bottom of your deck in a random order. A random order, okay. Imperial Interceptor. When played, you may deal 3 damage to a space unit. Cool. Comes in guns a-blazing. Free shot. Whoa. That's a 4 cost. This is a 4 cost. TIE Advanced. So not the bomber, but that's more like against Vader's ship. Give 2 experience tokens to another friendly Imperial unit when played. ATST. Overwhelm. When attacking enemy unit, deal access to the base. It's a 6 cost there, so that would get whatever, I can't remember what they call it now, whatever lets you attack as soon as you come into play. Gladiator Star Destroyer. When played, give a unit Sentinel for this phase. Again, that's the taunt. Blizzard Assault AT-AT. When this unit attacks and defeats a unit, you may deal the excess damage from this attack. Sorry, to an enemy ground unit. Interesting. Ooh, there's Palpatine. Overwhelm, so dealing excess to the base. He's an 8 cost. And when played, deal 6 damage divided as you choose among enemy units. So just force shocking everybody when he comes in to play. And what was he, a rare? That would make sense. Yep. Another rare here, Relentless. The space unit, that is that the name of oh wait, here. Relentless. Constantine's Folly, really? Is this not Star Wars? What? Who is Constantine? But that might be I don't know who. Maybe that's the Emperor Star Destroyer. The first event played by each opponent each round loses all abilities. Okay. So you got to sacrifice one, I guess. is what it comes down to. Attached to a non-vehicle unit, Vader's lightsaber. When played, if attached unit is Darth Vader, you may deal 4 damage to a ground unit. Blap them. So again, damage on this side, this deck, shields and stuff, health in the Jedi deck. Recruit, supply. Search the top 5 cards of your deck for a unit, reveal it and draw it, put the others on the bottom in a random order. Interesting. One of my card games, I guess maybe 2 of them if you count one of them, has a pretty much a similar thing, but it's less. I think it's just like look at the top 3 cards maybe, and you may, it's either top 3 or 2, and you may put any unit you find there in your hand. Because I also use the term unit for my character cards. Force choke. If you control a force unit, this event costs +1 or costs 1 less to play. Deal 5 damage to a non-vehicle unit. That unit's controller draws a card. Oh, okay. Resupply, supply. Put this event into play as a resource exhausted. Nice. And that is, yeah, those are the Star Wars Rebels. Is that what it's called? The second cartoon they made? I can't remember the people's names, but that's where they're from, I think. Open fire. Deal 4 damage to a unit. I'm not sure why they would be in this deck, though. Wait, why are they? Whatever this green means, I don't know what that's supposed to be, though. But the green is different than... That's weird, because that's where what the Death Star was green. I'm confused. Open fire tactic. Put deal 4 damage to a unit. 3 of those, yeah. Oh, nice. That's a super rare, I guess. I am your father. Better be in there as a thing, and also super rare. Deal 7 damage to an enemy unit unless its controller says no. If they do, draw 3 cards. And so you can choose one of your own units, I guess, right? And then say no after, well, just say no. And then you get to draw 3 cards. So it's basically, what in the world? So it's a card that basically lets you draw 3 cards, or if you're choosing an opponent's card and they really don't want you to draw, then you do end up doing 7 damage. That's kind of just seems like a funny card to me, though. There's 2 of them in here. There's 3 of them in here. Could S just mean special and not actually be like a super rare, maybe? And finally, common maximum firepower Imperial tactic. A friendly Imperial unit deals damage equal to its power to a unit. Then another friendly Imperial unit deals damage equal to its power to the same unit. Okay. So it allows 2 of your units to deal damage to the same enemy. One after another. That makes a difference. And then actually, finally, because that wasn't a dupe, there wasn't another of those, this is the final card. Overwhelming barrage tactic. Give a friendly unit 2/2 for this phase. Then it deals damage equal to its power, divided as you choose among any number of other units. That's interesting. Well, all right. Yeah. So, yeah, it seems pretty straightforward. 12 plus honestly seems like it's a higher rating than I would have given it. And I'm usually really strict, as you may know, on my ratings of things, being that I want people to experience wholesome things instead of garbage, woke nonsense. But I mean, this is pretty good. I can't imagine that, as usual with card games, The only things that you are really need to worry about is the card art. And if that's okay, then usually everything else is fine, like morally speaking. So pretty much the same goes with Star Wars. I wouldn't, and it's just Star Wars art. So I wouldn't, like, it's one of the most benign of art styles, art, uh, just like the cars in particular that we saw, like they were good. Some of them were a little lackluster maybe, but that's a different story. As far as like the game and the gameplay goes, maybe that does require 12 plus. I'm trying to think of how old now my oldest niece is. Maybe she's going to, she might not be, she might be 12 now actually. So maybe that is about right. Because I think she'd be able to do it, maybe not my younger niece. But there's that, I guess. And if I'm not mistaken, 55 cards in each here, because I think it's at 110 cards were included in the entire thing. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 34, 36, 38, 42, 44, 46, 48, 51, 55. Yep. 55 in each. There may not be a standard like one size for decks like Pokemon is always has to be 60. I'm not sure if Disney Lorcana has a hard and fast rule like that either. I have to check on that again just to make sure. This one looks like it's at least not 60. Let's check out some of the rules, I guess, real quick. Why not? I'll just read some of the quick things off to you. Played over series of rounds during the action phase. Players play cards. Regroup phase, you'll draw cards, build resources, ready units for the next round. Early in the game, the leader will affect the battle passively, but they do eventually join the fray as a powerful unit. So it does go from the sideways to the portrait, landscape to portrait. And that's supposed to be better, I guess, once he comes into play as a strong unit. Resources. Let's check out, so damage counters, epic action counter is or what those X's were. The initiative counter was just the logo thing. I'm gonna try to check out units, events, and upgrades are the 3 types of cards. So resources aren't their own cards. I'm starting to wonder if they are maybe they even work like ink in Lorcana does, where you're using just your regular cards and you're deciding which of those are going to become permanently for the rest of the match resources face down. And what makes me wonder that is this. It has these cards face down for some reason, 2 of them there. And of course, you need a certain number of resources to get Luke into the game. And what does it say? He has a 6 up there, and it says 6 resources to get him in leader to leader unit. Invaders was 7. There's a 7. So seems to check out there. I'm sure they tell us here somewhere soon. Units. Space cost, aspect icons, of course, that's just the different types or whatever, where they're coming from. Power and HP, so I like that. Power and hit points for the names of the attack and defense, if you will. Ground and space combat is divided into 2 separate arenas, ground and space. Each unit is either a ground or space unit as indicated at the top of the card. All ground units are played into the ground arena on one side of the player's bases, and all space units are played into the space arena on the other side. In combat, ground units can't attack space units, and vice versa. Okay, that makes sense. And then also that's why they're reversed on the game mats, because you want your spaces against, like, looking at each other, and your grounds looking at each other. Okay. Attack with a unit. Attack Yolita. Action. Take the initiative. Only one player can take this action each round. Okay, we're gonna skip that rule. Regroup. Draw. Resource a card. You may choose one card from your hand and put it into play face down as a resource, or you may choose not to put down a resource and keep all of your cards in hand. The player with the initiative chooses whether to put down a resource first, followed by the other player. This is the regroup phase, so this is that second phase of each turn, I guess. But it looks like both players are taking the regroup phase. Like, both players take the whatever the first one is. I don't see it here now, but first phase, maybe both players take that, and then they both go into the regroup phase and both take that phase, and then go back through the other ones. So that's where they would draw, potentially resource. It's strategy. We recommend players resource a card each round until they have enough resources to play to use their leader's epic action. That makes sense. You just like every other game, you want to keep your lands, your energies coming every time, because you can only do that once per turn. Usually, is always the case. Ready cards. Ready all your exhausted players. That comes at the end of that. Okay. So here's some aspect icons. Okay, here we go. So here's what the things actually mean. They're totally different than I thought they meant. So heroism is what is the actual alliance icon there. Villainy is what I didn't understand, the black one. That makes more sense now. I understand that. Now I understand how the green is both bad and good, can have the green icon. That's command. Cunning for the yellow ones. That's a lot of course, rebel cunning rebels in the good deck. That's why we saw a lot of yellow, I guess. And vigilance, of course, looks like, especially against aggression, looks like light side, dark side. That's of course, again, what we experienced inside the decks. So yeah, I guess it was like, yeah, blue, yellow, and gold, or whatever you want to call this color. I don't know. I'm going to say blue, yellow, gold, or that's more like an orange, but whatever. And then green, red, and black in the other deck. Some about token cards there. Traits, friendly and enemy, unique cards. Running out of cards in your deck. Continue playing with the cards you already have. Anytime you draw from an empty deck, you instead deal 3 damage to your base for each card you would draw. So if you draw 2 cards, you would do 6 damage to your base. Yeah. So not a hard, fast, you're done like in Pokemon. It's also kind of that's how a lot of other games are too. It's like you've exhausted your deck, now you're taking like exhaust damage. That's how Hearthstone, I have a ton of experience playing Hearthstone. That's how that was. So it's what always comes to mind for me. It's how my game is as well. It's actually works a lot like Hearthstone, where you take increasing damage as you can't draw every turn. You can't draw. Card abilities, custom deck building, 1 leader, 1 base, at least 50 other cards. Okay, there you go. That's one of the other things I wanted to figure out. Let's see what else it has here. Your deck can't include more than 3 copies, so they do include the max amount in these starter decks. Your leader and base each provide aspect icons that dictate the colors of your deck. Your leader provides 2, and your base provides 1, giving you 3 icons total. So we did look at that. So there is 3 confirmed in each deck, 3 colors. And then finally here, most cards in your deck have 1 or more aspect icons near their cost. You can include cards of any aspect in your deck, but when playing a card with icons that are not provided by your leader or base, you must pay 2 extra resources for each missing icon. Whoa. This additional cost is called the aspect penalty. In general, you should try to only put cards in your deck that match the aspect icons provided by your leader and base. Well, that's interesting, because usually you just don't have that option at all in a card game. Kind of interesting that they give you that, but they make it a handicap in case there's somehow, some way someone could make a deck in meta that utilizes that. And that's pretty much it. Nice. Keyword glossary, ambush, we know that. Grit is unit gains +1/+0 for each damage on it. That's kind of cool. We didn't see any grit cards, abilities. Overwhelm, we know that. Deal extra damage to the base, excess damage. Raid, that was the gaining power when you're attacking. Restore, that's healing your base when you attack. Saboteur is ignore the sentinel keyword on enemy units. Whatever that, I'm not sure what that means. Oh, ignore sentinel, yeah. And defeat all shield tokens on the defender. All shield tokens, okay. So more than one, if there is more than one, I guess, you can get them all off. And you don't have to worry about sentinels. So, and then sentinel, of course, is can't attack not each unit actually in the same arena, ground or space. So it has to be in the same arena as the sentinel unit. Can't attack non-sentinel units in that arena or the base. If you have multiple units with sentinel in the same arena, your opponent may choose which one of those to attack, but again, it has to be one of those. And it also gives you a little tip to place the sentinel units slightly ahead of other units in the arena as a reminder that they must be attacked first, or they must be attacked, period. And then the last one here is shielded. When you play this unit, give a shield token to it. If any amount of damage would be dealt to a unit with a shield token on it, prevent the damage and defeat one shield token on that unit. All right, that's that. Thanks for joining me, guys. We hit an hour, so that's plenty long enough. It's longer than I thought this was going to be, but we chatted for a bit before and after, I guess, now. So it's kind of a nice sized deck box. I like that. Almost seems like it might be big enough. I've said that in the past, and I was wildly mistaken, but it almost does seem big enough to hold a sleeved deck. Never mind, probably not. A little extra room on the side there. Can't turn the camera the right way, and the cards, my mind's not working that properly for that. There is a lot of room in here, though. I don't know, actually. That you probably could fit the sleeve deck in there. Look at how much room is in there. It's like not even half filled up. Okay, I'm going to go out on a limb and say you could probably use these with sleeves, which is amazing. Thank you very much. Maybe that'll entice Pokemon and Lorcana to do the same. Actually, wait, I guess there aren't any Lorcana deck boxes at all that they give you, so maybe it'll entice Lorcana to make deck boxes for the starter decks. That'd be cool in general. But then entice Pokemon to make them just a little bigger. They don't take that much more, and then they're not completely useless. Like all my Pokemon ones are just sitting in the boxes up there still, because you can't do anything with them unless you're not going to use the cards at all, which actually some of them do still have the cards in them too, now that I think about it. Probably most of them, honestly. But anyway, that's it. I might actually try playing this game. Who knows? Maybe I'll check it out with my older niece and then get back to you on how that went, if she was capable of playing it, how easy it was for her. Not her. I don't know who else I'd play with. My sister, maybe. She likes Star Wars. She likes games. We never played like Pokemon the actual game whenever we were younger, though. We collected. She loved collecting them for a time, of course, when she was younger. But yeah, we never played. Whenever she got a little older and my cousin and I were still collecting, we played a little bit, but that was it, I suppose. So I would like to see how she feels about it, because yeah, we played tons of board games. We even as adults had card night, different like we Phase 10, Uno, sometimes all those fun family card games. We play those with the whole family all the time. Really great game nights. But the Pokemon is just like a step up maybe from that, but it's still just as fun, if not more fun, in my opinion. Or again, something like Star Wars Unlimited or whatever else. We have Disney Lorcana now to play, and like I said, with Pokemon and Disney, and maybe even Star Wars if I get the other two-player starter set, and we have 4 decks to use then. a lot of decks to use to just kind of give out and play some tournaments if we want to have a, if we do want to have a Pokemon card or a Disney Lorcana card night or something. Right now, the only one we could really do very effectively would be Pokemon because the kids are kind of still slightly too young. Um, the majority, I guess, of them to play most of them. So anyway, that's that. I'll end on one more note since we did a random TCG thing here. And I also have talked about in the past recently and actually in this stream in the beginning, and still have it up here, the Union Arena. A lot of, and I talked about like NFL cards and things. I'm trying to like prioritize where I'm gonna go with the whole card collecting thing. Pokemon is obviously number one and will stay there at least for the foreseeable future. I don't see that changing, but it always could. And it may go through phases of changing, perhaps. When Pokemon goes through its dips, maybe in those lulls, we'll start focusing a little more. Maybe not primarily, but just a little more on something like Disney. That'll probably. It seems like that's going to end up being number two. What else have I actually? Now I'm trying to think. What else did I do? Star Wars. I've talked about One Piece. I'm still probably not going to really show One Piece. I'd almost feel like I have to put like a restricted warning on my videos because this is like a family friendly channel and that's not family friendly to me. So that's why I wouldn't do it. I'm gonna probably end up doing, man, I might end up doing the this Bleach starter deck live and just hope that it's nothing too bad. But depending on how that goes, then we'll maybe or maybe not get into also doing Union Arena / Bleach specifically on stream as well every now and then. Maybe that'll end up being a third fun thing. The Star Wars Unlimited, do I see a future for this? Maybe. It does definitely help that I kind of appreciate this change they made on TCG Player we talked about. For people who want to maybe get into different card games, I'm not going to be getting into Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh, so don't plan on that. It's going to be Pokemon and Disney for sure. One Piece, I already mentioned. Digimon, probably would never get back into Digimon, but I don't know. That's an interesting one because that was also coming out around here around the same time as Pokemon. I was younger. I was kind of into that. I only really watched the first season or so of the show, I guess. Had a few cards. What else did they even have Digimon? Because I didn't really have any other Digimon stuff. I don't know what this Flesh and Blood thing is, but it does seem like it might be D&D. I'm not really too interested in that. Probably not very family friendly. And another thing, going back to my own games, that is actually a huge part of this channel, and I would eventually like to transition into that more and more because I have not only card games, I have all kinds of different games. I have just board games, dice sort of games, things that don't necessarily even require a board. They go from as simple as you can imagine for like literally any age to play to more and more advanced. I even have them demarcated in like any age range, and then there's like 7 to 9, and then there's like a 10 to 12, and then a 13 plus and a 16 plus for some of them, just a couple. But those are like I have tabletop games that I've made as well. So not just the mechanics, a couple different tabletop games in themselves, but then of course all the campaigns that go along with them because I also love to write stories, especially fantasy stories. So that just goes hand in hand with making campaigns and making TTRPGs. So I have all that kind of stuff. And then I have, as well as that, I have card games, specifically trading card games. And I think they're all really fun. Maybe not some of the like younger kid games. They're just a lot of those I just made so my younger just younger nephews, because I don't have younger nieces, just so my younger nephews could play some. That's really the only reason, and just to, have that little repertoire of kids games up there too. And some of them are pretty fun, and I'm making some that they're kind of getting more and more interesting. I have one. It's not really much of a sneak preview, but I have one that's called Summit, and like top of a mountain summit, and you play as you basically you're rolling. It's kind of like a Chutes and Ladders, Candyland esque sort of thing, but you're rolling dice, two dice. You actually are playing two different game pieces at the same time, applying your rolls to them. They can only go so far apart from each other, and every time you land on a certain space that's below or above a pass, basically, you go up to the next ring that's circling around a mountain. I'm giving a lot of it of my game away, unfortunately, but there's a lot more that goes to it. But it is, again, a really simple game that pretty much any age can play, especially if they're getting help. Um, Unfortunately, the time I tried getting my nieces and nephews to play it, my two younger the two boys, the younger ones, they didn't stay interested even long enough to get started. So then they started running off and running around like nuts. So the girls played and we had some fun. It was all right. But I did want to again. I told them after, I'm like, I made this for the younger kids, so I do appreciate you playing with me. But if I knew it was just going to be us playing, then I would have we could have played something even a little more advanced. But yeah, I have like 7-ish, maybe even up to about 10 games that are playable, fully playable. Probably about 5 or so, probably more than that, that are like in pretty like probably could be close if I just sat down and really hammered it out, would be probably playable. And then probably about another 10-ish or something that are got the ideas, but I haven't really worked on them yet because I'm doing other things, doing a lot of other things. I wouldn't get into Dragon Ball. I actually mentioned, it's funny that what they should do is, I can't remember. I actually told my dad this, that all these animes, they should just all make one TCG together, because that would have a chance of rivaling like Pokemon and Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh, things like that. Of course, then they didn't, because they have One Piece, they have Digimon, they have Dragon Ball. I thought there was another one too, but maybe not. But just that, I mean, that's a lot right there. And then they used to have the Bleach card game. But then, like right after that, I had that thought. I saw the universes thing, and it's like, hey, somebody was semi listening to what I was saying, not what I was saying, but someone had the same thought before me. So here we have it. Hey, Flare Blitz. Yeah, yeah. So there's a ton if you go to TCG Player. That's how I found out about a lot of these other card games. There's actually two. There was a really old one. I don't have my old cards out right now, but I have some of the old, like they're from like 2000 Star Wars trading cards, which, and it was again an actual game. And now though that one is not either of these, but they have Star Wars Destiny. And again, I love that they separated this popular games and then all others. The all others, the not as popular as Star Wars Destiny, and then this was Star Wars Unlimited here. And yeah, it seemed like it might be kind of interesting, a little more intricate than other card games, and it does have a 12 plus rating. But yeah, 2-player starter sets are always nice. That was, I think they go for like $24. I think that's the going price right now on TCG Player. In fact, I have one available on my store, because I got 2 of these at auction. And as you saw, I just opened one of them. That was the plan. I wanted at least one of them. I ended up getting 2 for a decent price, so I ended up just going for both of them on the auction, and got it. So yeah, that and plenty of other games other than Pokemon. I'm sure you also know of Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh. But then yeah, I've been in, maybe if you have just seen my channel, you can go and check out. I have some Disney Lorcana videos opening up their starter decks. I was going to mention this Star Wars Unlimited is like super new. Here's the second second set here only. This is the first set actually that I just opened, Spark of Rebellion. I don't know where the box went. Oh, here it is. This is what the box would look like, but mangled. So it has a Luke and a Vader deck, a great way to start, in my opinion. I mean, can't really beat that. You know what? We didn't look at what the 2-player starter has in the second set, but here's the second one here only. Shadows of the Galaxy. Buy these cards before Shadows of this, and this is July 10th. This will release. You see the pre-releases on there right now, and I don't. Oh wait, here, Moth, somebody, and some Sean. Oh no, the Mandalorian. Oh, that's yeah, Moff Gideon. Okay, I see it now. I actually thought he was a Sith pureblood when I was looking further away at the picture. Now I see it. So they're going with the Mando. Okay, whatever. That wasn't a bad series. I watched that one. Actually, can't see him right now. 1 second. Speaking of Mando, come on. All right. He's hiding back there with all the Pokemon stuff. There's also, I think it also came with a Grogu, and I think there was one other one. It might actually be Vader as well. But this is kind of cool. I'd probably check out I'd probably be interested in that Mando deck. Who wants to play a Moff Gideon deck, though? I mean, what in the world? Who would want that? Yeah, so it doesn't seem like they have any other decks they make. They just do the 2-player starter set, which is pretty awesome. Just doing that at least is nice. They have these pre-release kits now, which comes with some promo cards, but then like 6 packs, I believe, and then of course your boosters and your booster boxes. Not bad. And also, like, Disney just came out last September, so Star Wars was probably like the beginning of this year or something. I don't even know. Had to be pretty recent if they only have one set out. Late last year, beginning early this year. Of course, Union Arena is coming out in October. It's not even out yet, but I'm looking forward to seeing some new Bleach cards. I mentioned before they had the old Bleach card game. I've considered even buying some old Bleach card game packs just for nostalgia purposes, but I haven't done that because I'm not quite going to waste money on that. But there are some cool looking cards. Not sure where I was looking here. One Piece is another one that's new, but maybe not as new as Disney, which is from September last year. I think One Piece was in August, maybe. It was about the same time, I think. Now that I think about it more, I was looking into this. It's been a couple months since I was looking at dates for these things. About all I would really get into. Final Fantasy. What? Okay, well, I would also maybe be tempted to get into Final Fantasy, but I wouldn't go too crazy. I think Pokemon's our number one. Disney will probably end up being our number two. One Piece, I'll probably end up continuing to collect, but I probably won't do any videos on that. We'll see about that in the future. Maybe, maybe not. I'll probably, like I did in one of the early other streams, like last one or whatever, I might just show some cards every once in a while or something. But that's definitely, and it's weird. It's crazy because that one, they have it labeled, that's 6+ is the rating on that. And that's just ridiculous to me. That one should be 13+, if not 16+. And then, oh, it's raining outside. How about that? Man, but Final Fantasy would be cool. And then Union Arena, if Bleach cards are cool, or if they're good and wholesome, and I don't have to worry about anything like that, family friendly enough at least, then I will maybe do them as a third thing. But I guess really that's it. I guess I don't collect any other ones. And we will, I guess, if that is the case, at some point I'll probably get the urge to get more football and or basketball cards. So that'll probably still be happening in the future, just a lot slower than the trading card games will. I do, of course, my goals right now are collecting all the Pokemon Elite Trainer boxes, at least from Sword and Shield Plus, and now also getting all the Disney Lorcana Lumineers troves, which are similar things. That's what this thing is here. That would be my first one I'm opening eventually, and that's the new Disney Lorcana. Ursula's Return. Shimmering Skies is announced, but that won't be for a couple months, I think, because they so quick. They're so quick. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna say the constructed decks thing just takes you to TCG Player Infinite. Let's go back to this and let's look at some of the cool Final Fantasy ones. Oh, where'd that go? Let's close all these. Hard to see, but it's kind of a cool card. How many sets does it have? Oh, wow. Wow. So it's been out for a while, maybe. That's crazy. Well, whatever. Okay. That's that, guys. Got other stuff I guess I got to do today, although now it started raining. I have a family reunion, so that'll be interesting. These cards have some prices on them, though. Wow. I mean, they're not super high, but some of them are decent. All right, yeah, anyway, thanks for hanging out. I had fun. This was cool. I actually just forgot to mention, I guess I could, again, see myself, maybe I did mention it earlier at least, that maybe Star Wars Unlimited could find its way onto that roster of cards as number 4 or something. It's possible. But that being said, it's not like being number 4, it's going to be very often that we do Star Wars things. Oh, I did also mention I made my first online purchase, or sale, that is, made my first online sale of 2 of my 4 Star Wars Spark of Rebellion Star Wars Unlimited packs. So that was all. This was kind of also in honor of that first sale. We opened our own Star Wars 2-player starter set. I will leave those last 2 boosters probably posted for sale. I won't do those myself. Someone else can have them. Well, not have them. You can buy them, though. Check out the stores. eBay and TCG Player are in the description. Should be, at least. And that's that. We'll probably end up doing the... How much was that? Let me go back to that. Sorry, I do mean to end this, but... Go if you have to. I'm going to check out the price on that. Wow, some of these have some... Okay. I don't know what I was looking at that I didn't see these before, but there's some relatively expensive cards here, and some of them look quite cool. They're all these illustration, like full art leaders. Nice. Get to see the other side of it? Yeah, we do. Nice. Of course, the booster box cases are the most. There's the displays. Wow, starter case is pretty high up there. You can still get a Sparkle Rebellion pre-release kit. This was what I was going to consider. This would be the only thing I could think would be like the Illumineers Trove or like an Elite Trainer box. Wow, 85 bucks. That's a bit much. It seems like a lot. This might go down a bit. Actually, it's probably going to be about 50 for market price, I'd imagine. If it's 52, 53 right now, it probably is about 50 market normally. So yeah, the 2 promos, 19 counters, the play guide, and the deck box, which we've seen is nice and big. That is, man. I could see it. I could see myself if our sales picked up. I could see potentially collecting the pre-release kits as well, as long as they stay in stock, I guess. But that wouldn't be bad, because then that would be all we would do. We would get the 2-player starter set. Wow, it goes. It's going back down. Never mind. going back. Maybe it'll end up being about 40. That would be nice. And then we would maybe get this, and that could be like the entire collection every time they come out with a new one. We just get those two things. And we don't need any more boosters. We end up with 6 boosters. We have 2 decks to play with. Don't need anything more than that. Give us a nice little collection just doing that. I was going to say, just like our Lorcana collection is like really thick in the binder now, because we have actually 8 decks now in there. There's 9 total. We're missing one of the first 3 of the first chapter, which was the first set of them, of the decks. So just that one, but then also because they give you boosters in the starter decks, which is amazing in my opinion. I've opened several boosters now, 8 to be exact again. Because again, I haven't had any, I've opened any just extra stuff from Disney yet. And even that just in itself, it was enough. I started putting them in like I do the Pokemon in number order with the spaces empty for the future cards to go in. And that is what fills it up, starts filling up the binders pretty quickly. But yeah, I mean, that thing's like the blue or red one, that's one of the slightly bigger binders. It's pretty much flat now, pretty much full, especially once the Illuminated Trove cards go in, then it definitely will be. And that will be happening. Maybe it'll happen, probably not this week, maybe next week. I'll get into that. Maybe it'll even be, yeah, maybe it'll be mid-July. It's possible we'll do like one monthly Disney stream. That could be feasible. Maybe it'll eventually be every other week. Maybe if eventually in the future, if Disney, I mean, if during Pokemon TCG lulls, if Disney is still going strong, maybe it'll be a once a week, and we'll do one Disney, one Pokemon stream or something. But anyway, okay, I've rambled long enough. In fact, I've rambled for like another almost half hour, so I'm done now. I'll catch you guys in the next one, which will be Tuesday, if not maybe Monday. It'll definitely be here Tuesday morning for some Pokemon. I think we're either going to open the Pokemon Go tin we have left, which is Pikachu, I believe, or the Glaceon V-Star box, because both of those have 4 cards in them, or 4 packs. And yeah, kind of want to get the Glaceon up there too with the Leafeon V-Star box we already opened a while back. Again, those are both out of stock on PokemonCenter.com. If it's something that you would be interested in getting, maybe check it out, or go to Walmart, because that's where I realized it was probably the ones that bought out the ones on Pokemon Center, because there are so many there. All right, that's it. I'm Randy. This is Nerds Templar. I'll catch you guys. Peace. Oh, also, blessed feast of Saints Peter and Paul. Big one today.